Today we're going to be unpacking a recent interview with the one and only Denzel Washington. You shared this interview with us, and it's clear you're interested in his upcoming role in Gladiator 2. But what really caught my eye were some of these amazing personal insights. He's got this incredible energy, especially considering his upcoming 70th birthday. And I think we can learn a lot from his perspective on, life and career and everything.
Yeah, definitely. He seems to have this really great approach.
What's striking to me is how Denzel seems to approach life with this really cool blend of discipline and humor. For example, he talks about boxing as part of his fitness routine. It's not just about staying in shape. It seems like it's a way for him to find balance and,
Yeah.
that inner calm.
It is fascinating how these physical rituals can translate into mental strength. It reminded me of how Denzel talked about Mike Tyson and his pre-fight rituals. He seems to find a sense of peace in that kind of intense focus.
Right, and he even joked about how Tyson wears those baggy shorts so no one can see his knees shaking, but then he brings it back to this idea of discipline and how it applies to his acting career as well.
Totally. It's like those rituals, whether it's boxing or pre-fight routines, are a way of channeling nervous energy into something productive. And that discipline really shines through in his work ethic and his longevity in such a demanding industry.
Definitely. Okay, so speaking of Denzel's lighthearted side, did you catch that anecdote about his meeting with King Charles? He totally forgot royal protocol.
Oh, that was such a great story. I wonder if that easygoing nature, that willingness to laugh at himself, is part of what makes him so relatable to audiences. He's Denzel Washington, this iconic figure, but he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Absolutely. He even joked about how long Charles had to wait to become king, saying his mother kept winning every round. It's like he finds the humor even in these incredibly formal, potentially intimidating situations.
It makes you think about the contrast between the world of Hollywood and these traditional institutions. Denzel navigates both with this unique blend of charm and humility.
It's really refreshing to see that level of authenticity, especially from someone who's achieved so much. And speaking of family, let's talk about his son, John David Washington. Not only is he following in his father's footsteps as an actor, but they recently collaborated on The Piano Lesson, which was directed by Denzel's younger son, Malcolm.
It's remarkable. You have two brothers both drawn to the world of filmmaking, working together with their father's support. It really highlights Denzel's commitment to family and nurturing his son's artistic passions.
It's truly a family affair. And get this, Denzel's wife saw John David's play 40 times and had notes each time. Talk about dedication. But Denzel's reaction is what really struck me. He seemed proud and amused by it all. No drama, just love and support for his family.
It makes you wonder what kind of conversations happen at the Washington family dinner table.
I know. Must be fascinating. And imagine the pressure and privilege of having a world-renowned actor as a parent. It seems like John David embraces that legacy while also carving his own path.
It is. Denzel even mentioned that John Davis is very comfortable talking about his family, which isn't always the case for children of famous parents. It speaks to a strong bond and a shared passion for their craft.
Absolutely. And it seems like Denzel is passing the torch in more ways than one. He mentioned that after a few more projects, he might retire from acting to focus on directing.
That's a huge statement. What do you think will drive his directorial choices? Will he gravitate towards certain themes or genres? It's exciting to think about what stories he'll choose to tell from behind the camera.
It is. And he's already got a Broadway production of Othello lined up with Jake Gyllenhaal. I can only imagine the notes his wife will have for that.
Oh, definitely. But on a more serious note, it sounds like Denzel is approaching this transition with a sense of purpose. He's not just stepping away from acting. He's embracing a new creative challenge and potentially mentoring a new generation of filmmakers.
I'm really curious about what that mentorship might look like. Will he take a hands-on approach working closely with actors and crew? Or will he be more of a guiding force, sharing his wisdom and experience from a broader perspective?
That's a great question. And I think it speaks to the broader impact he might have on the film industry, not just as an actor, but as a director and mentor.
And Gladiator 2 offers a glimpse into how he approaches his craft, even when working with unexpected co-stars. Remember that anecdote about the monkey on set?
How could we forget? It's not every day you hear about a monkey climbing on Denzel Washington's head during filming.
Right. And the way he described it with that playful humor, it really highlighted his ability to find those moments of levity, even in intense environments. He even compared the monkey to his character in Training Day.
That's classic Denzel. It makes you wonder if that humor is a deliberate way of breaking the tension. Or is it just Denzel being Denzel?
He started to tell a joke about it, but stopped himself saying he couldn't say it. It's like he knows how to keep us on the edge of our seats, even off screen.
He's a master storyteller, that's for sure, both on and off screen. He knows how to pique our curiosity and leave us wanting more.
So what does all this tell us about Denzel Washington? We're seeing the dedicated athlete, the loving father, the humble celebrity, and the actor who never loses his sense of humor.
It's a reminder that even someone at the pinnacle of their career can remain grounded and relatable. He's not afraid to embrace the lighter side of life, even as he tackles challenging roles and navigates the complexities of family and fame.
I think that's what makes him so compelling. He's a true icon, but also incredibly human. He's got this depth and complexity that goes beyond the characters he portrays.
And that depth comes through in his reflections on his career. Remember how he talked about potentially directing as a way of passing on his knowledge and experience?
That's right. It's like he's looking beyond his own achievements and considering the impact he can have on the next generation of filmmakers.
It's a powerful idea. What do you think his legacy will be? He's already left an indelible mark on Hollywood as an actor. But what about as a director? What kind of stories will he tell? What kind of impact will he have on the industry as a whole?
Those are great questions, and I think they get to the heart of what makes Denzel so fascinating. He's not just an actor, he's a force in the industry, a cultural icon. And it seems like he's really thinking about how he can use his influence to shape the future of filmmaking.
It's like he's entering a new phase, a new act in his career. He's achieved so much, and yet there's this sense that he's still evolving, still growing, still searching for new ways to express himself and connect with audiences.
And it's inspiring to see that kind of passion and drive, even after all these years. So as Denzel steps behind the camera, what do you think will define his directorial style?
Well, based on what we've heard today, I think it's safe to say that authenticity will be a key element. He values truth, both in his performances and in his personal life. I imagine his films will reflect that same commitment to honesty and emotional depth.
That's a great point, and we've seen how he can bring intensity and gravitas to his roles, but he also has this incredible comedic timing and a knack for finding humor in unexpected places. Do you think that will translate into his directing as well?
It's definitely possible. He could surprise us with a range of genres, from thought-provoking dramas to witty comedies. He's not afraid to experiment and push boundaries, so I think we can expect the unexpected.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities. And considering his deep commitment to family, I wouldn't be surprised if he collaborates with his sons on future projects.
That would be amazing to see. It would be a continuation of the legacy he's already building, this idea of passing on his passion for filmmaking to the next generation.
And speaking of legacy, what do you think will be his most enduring contribution to Hollywood?
That's a tough one. I mean, he's already one of the greatest actors of our time, no question about it. But I think his impact goes far beyond his individual performances.
You're right, it's about something bigger, isn't it?
Exactly. He's a trailblazer. He's broken down barriers and opened doors for other black actors. He's used his platform to speak out against injustice and inspire change.
He's a role model not just for aspiring actors, but for anyone who dreams of achieving greatness. He embodies dedication, perseverance, and a deep respect for his craft.
And let's not forget his incredible presence and charisma. He commands attention whenever he's on screen. He has that rare quality of being both powerful and approachable. He can play heroes and villains with equal conviction, and he always brings a depth of humanity to his roles.
He makes you believe in the characters he portrays, even the flawed ones. And I think that's a testament to his skill as an actor. He's not just playing a part, he's inhabiting it fully. He disappears into the role, and that's what makes his performances so captivating.
Exactly. And I think his legacy will also be tied to his commitment to diversity and representation in Hollywood. He's been a trailblazer for black actors, paving the way for greater opportunities and recognition.
And he's used his platform to speak out against injustice and inequality. He's not afraid to use his voice to advocate for what he believes in.
He's a true icon both on and off the screen. And as he transitions into this new phase of his career, focusing more on directing, I think his legacy will only continue to grow.
I couldn't agree more. He has so much to offer as a mentor and guide to the next generation filmmakers, and I'm excited to see what stories he chooses to tell from behind the camera.
Me too. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Denzel Washington, I think we can all agree on one thing. He's a true legend.
A legend with a heart of gold, a wicked sense of humor, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. He's an inspiration to us all.
Well said. And to our listener, we leave you with this thought. Considering Denzel's vast career and his upcoming shift to directing, What kind of legacy do you think he'll leave on the film industry? What stories will he tell? What impact will he have on future generations of artists and audiences? It's a question that'll unfold over time. But, even now, we can see the seeds of that legacy being planted.
Absolutely. He's inspiring a new generation of filmmakers to be bold, to be authentic, and to use their voices to tell stories that matter.
And to challenge conventions, to
Yeah.
push boundaries.
Right, and to never lose sight of the human element at the heart of every story.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Denzel Washington, I'm left with a sense of awe and inspiration. This is a man who's achieved incredible success, but he's never forgotten where he came from. He stayed true to his values, his family, and his craft.
And he's done it all with a grace and humility that's truly remarkable.
It's a reminder that greatness isn't just about talent or achievement. It's about character. It's about integrity. It's about using your platform to make a positive impact on the world.
Well said. And I think Denzel Washington embodies all of those qualities.
Absolutely. He's a true role model for us all. So thank you for joining us on this. We hope you've enjoyed this journey into the life and career of Denzel Washington, and we can't wait to see what he does next.
Until next time.
Take care.